Good morning, students. In the last video, we have seen about some of the concepts in OpenOffice Calc, like entering data, entering text, date and time, and how to create a formula. So the steps for creating a formula and in various operators available. So various operators available in OpenOffice Calc, and also how to save, close, and open the worksheet. And also we have seen about autofill feature, that is autofill series. So how to fill linear growth, date, autofill, like that various options we have seen in autofill feature. So in this video we are going to see about editing and formatting worksheet. So how to edit and format the worksheet. So these are the discussion points which we are going to see in this video. So first, how to insert a column, and inserting rows, inserting cells, and inserting all these three by using toolbar. So how to insert rows, columns, and cell with the help of the toolbar, and deleting single row or a column, or deleting multiple rows or columns, and text formatting. And the last one we are going to see about number formatting. So what are all the various text formats available? So how to change the style, size of the text, or how to change the number format. So all these things we are going to see in this video. First one, we are going to see about inserting a column. So column is nothing but which is vertically aligned, that is which are named as A, B, C, D, like that with alphabets. So that we called as a column. So whenever you insert a new column, by default it will be inserted to the left of the current column. So say for example, if a column E is selected, which will be available with a thick rectangular box fully, the E is selected. When you insert a new column, by default it will be inserted left of the column E. So that is the default arrangement. The location of the cell pointer that is present, that we call it as a current column, that I told that the thick rectangular box, that is the current cell, that is a current column. So in OpenOffice Calc, the user can insert anywhere a new column in the worksheet. So first thing, we have to select the column. So first thing, we have to select the column where the new column should be inserted. So we have selected the F column, and we have to right click the selected column with the name. In the name, right, in the F you have to right click the selected column, and a pop-up menu will appear. So you can see in the diagram. So and that you have to click on insert column option. Now a new column will be inserted to the left of the column F. So that is between E and F, a new column will be created. So this is how the column can be inserted with the help of the pop-up menu by right clicking it. So there also another option. So you can select the insert menu. So file, edit, view, and the fourth menu is insert. There you can select the column option and you can insert the new column wherever needed. Next we are going to see about inserting rows. So first we have seen about inserting column which is vertically aligned. So now we are going to see about inserting rows which is horizontally aligned. So and it is named with the numbers 1, 2, 3, like that. So whenever you insert a new row, it is inserted above the current row. So whereas in we have seen in column, whenever you insert a new column, it is inserted left to the current column. So here whenever we insert a new row, it is inserted just above the current row. So and the location of the cell pointer which is currently present is the current row. So a thick rectangular box will be available. So there you can insert a new row, and also you can insert the new row anywhere in the worksheet. And first we have to select the row which is to be inserted. So and right click the row number, and a pop-up menu will appear. So there you can click the insert row option from the menu. Then a new row is created. So this is how the new row can be inserted. And also similar way, you can insert a new row from the insert menu. So from the insert menu, you can select the row option. So when you click on the row, automatically the new row gets inserted. So these are the two ways, which is more common to. A slight differences, you have to just selecting the option only will be changing in between the column and the rows. So other than the remaining steps are very same. So we have seen about how to insert a column and a row. That is, entire column and a row will be inserted. So third one, we are going to see about how to insert cells. So cell is nothing but a combination of row and column. So here we are going to insert a cell, new cell between two existing cells. So first, for inserting a new cell between two cells, we have to right click the existing cell. So existing cell will be identified with the help of the active cell, that is a thick rectangular box. So first we have to right click the existing cell. Again, a pop-up menu will appear. There we have to select the insert option. So when you click on the insert option, a dialog box will appear, that is insert cells dialog box. So that dialog box will having four options. So that dialog box will contain four options. So first option is shift cells down. So by selecting the shift cells down means the new cell which you are going to insert will be inserted just above. So we are going to shift the remaining cells, the remaining below cells downwards. After pushing them downwards, just above the new cell will be inserted. And the second one is shift cells right. So in case if you want to insert the cells right means in the horizontal way, so the entire cells that are available in a row will be moved towards right and the new cell will be inserted just before. And the third one is entire row. It means that the current active cell, for example, it is present in the third row. So if you want to insert a cell just above the row means it is similar to creating a new row. It is similar to creating a new row. Automatically the entire row of the current active cell will be pushed downwards. So that is how the entire row option, third option, selecting the entire row or column is similar to the inserting a new row or column. That is the third and fourth option, which is similar to the inserting column and a row options. So this is how the new cell can be inserted. So next we are going to see about inserting columns, rows and cells with the help of the toolbar. So we have seen all these three by inserting with the help of the pop-up menu and the menu bar. From the menu bar we are selecting the option for inserting these three columns, rows and cells. So now we are going to use the toolbar. So the insert cells floating toolbar is also used to insert cells, rows and columns. That toolbar we call it as a insert cell floating toolbar. So that is mainly used for inserting cells, rows and columns. So for viewing that toolbar, we have to click on the view menu and under that toolbar submenu. So in that toolbar submenu, we have to select insert cell. That option we have to select. So once you select a floating toolbar is nothing but the toolbar can be moved anywhere around the OpenOffice Calc window. So that is the floating toolbar. So you can see the image, that is a floating toolbar. So it is given a tiny floating bar toolbar will appear on the screen with the four icons. That is, the first one is inserting cells down. So it is mentioned. So it is given that the plus is mentioned and also the green color indication is there. So based on that indication, you can just identify where to insert the new cells or rows. So insert cell down. The a small that middle box is mentioned in the green, and the second one is insert cell right. Again the indication is the green color icon indication is there. So the third icon you can see, that is inserting rows. So inserting row is nothing but the entire row. The third one is mentioned in a green color, so inserting row icon. And in the fourth one you can see that the middle column is mentioned in the green color. So that is fourth one is for inserting new column. So with this, the toolbar, floating toolbar, we can also insert columns, cells and rows. And next one we are going to see about deleting single column or row. So till now we have seen about how to insert column, rows and cells with the help of the pop-up menu and the menu bar and also the toolbar. So now we are going to see about how to delete the inserted column or a row. So first, a single column or a row can be deleted by using the mouse. So first thing, first select the column or a row to be deleted. The same procedure what we have followed in inserting. So first we have to select the column or a row, that is the entire column or a row which is to be deleted. And then we can select the option from the menu edit, the second menu, the edit, and there you can select the delete cells from the edit menu. Or the user can just right click the mouse on the selected column or a row, that is either the row header or the column header. Either the user can select the column name, right click the column name or the row number, and the user can select the option that is delete columns or delete rows. The both the options will be there. So once you select the rows, and if you right click means delete row option will be there. So in case if you are selecting column and right click means delete column option will be there. So from the pop-up menu. So these are the two methods for deleting a single column or a row. And next one we are going to see is delete multiple columns or rows. So previously we have seen how to delete a single column or a row. So now we are going to see how to delete multiple columns, that is two or more columns or two or more rows, be either continuous or non-continuous. So first we have to select the columns, that is which is to be deleted, or select the rows which we want to delete. And the same procedure, right click the either the column name or the row number. So once you right click, the pop-up menu appears. So in case if you have selected columns means delete column option will be there. So in case if you have selected rows means delete rows option will be there. So this is how we have to delete multiple columns or rows. So till now we have seen how to edit the worksheet. So how to insert columns, rows and cells, and also inserting these three columns, rows, cells using the toolbar, and deleting cells, deleting columns and rows, single column on multiple column, like that we have seen. These all will come under the editing the worksheet topic. So next we are going to see about how to format the worksheet. So what are all the formatting options available, the both text formatting and number formatting. And now we are going to see about formatting worksheet. So formatting data in a cell, that is in an active cell, gives more additional effect to the text. So that is the main reason we are going to format the worksheet. So additional effect may be changing the font style, font size, and automatic wrapping. Automatic wrapping in the sense, within the cell if you want to type a double line entry. So double line entry means you can automatically wrap the text once it reaches the end of the cell. And changing the style, bold, italic, underline. So all these can be done in the data which is available in a cell. So the data in a OpenOffice Calc can be formatted. So like formatting icons. So first we are going to see about text formatting. So text in the sense it is just a characters or a data which is entered in a cell. So that is making the cell content with as a bold, italics, underline, changing the font style and alignment, changing the font size, color. So all these comes under the text formatting. So already we have seen the text formatting in OpenOffice Writer. The same options are available in OpenOffice Calc also. So all text formatting or options available in the formatting toolbar. So we have seen three toolbars in OpenOffice Calc. So we have seen two toolbars in OpenOffice Writer, that is standard and formatting toolbar. Whereas in OpenOffice Calc, additional toolbar will be there, formula bar. So here in formatting toolbar, the OpenOffice Calc, you can able to see that the first one is styles. The moving handle will be there, the dot will be there in the corner, leftmost corner. With that you can just move on the, it is also a floating toolbar. It can also be a floating toolbar, and it is also fixed just below the standard toolbar. So first is styles, the inbuilt styles will be there. That is, next one is font style, that is it can be the changing the font style, the Arial, Times New Roman, like that, the changing the text styles. So for that the font style can be used. And next one is font size, and font size we can increase the font size by selecting this various sizes. And next you see, for bold it is given capital B. The letter B is just very thick, and that option can be used for making the text bold, very thick in nature. And next one you see italic, and for I, the it is just forward, slanting forward. So this is the model of the how the text will be. So when you click on the bold means the text all will be in bold in nature, and when you click on italic means all the text will be just forward, slanting forward. And next one is underline option. So underline means you can just click on the text, and when you click on underline means the selected text will be underlined. And the various options, underline styles also available, a single underline, double underline, dotted underline. So like that various underline options also available. And the remaining four options you see, the alignment. So left alignment, you see we have already seen in the OpenOffice Writer. For paragraph alignment the same options are used. So like that here also, within the cell, within the single cell, the data can be aligned. So align left, it will be aligned left towards the cell. And align center means it will be aligned center within the cell. And justified means it will be aligned starting both the left hand and right hand will be equal. And align right means it will, the text will be aligned right side within the cell. So all these alignments are happen within the cell. So that is the change between the OpenOffice Writer and OpenOffice Calc. And the last one is merge cells. Merge cells is nothing but the user can easily merge two or more cells into single one. So like that the user can merge the cells, either the merging rows, two or more rows, or two or more columns. Like that the user can merge cells. These are the basic options that are available in the text formatting. And the last one we are going to see in this video is number formatting. So previously we have seen about text formatting, how the text, that is the characters, can be formatted in the OpenOffice Calc with the help of the text formatting toolbar. So similarly, the OpenOffice Calc deals mainly with the numbers. So number formatting option also available in OpenOffice Calc. So number formatting options are used to visually change the format of the numeric content. So if it just changes the numeric content based on the user need. So these formatting options, the changes are only for visual, just for appearance. This formatting options are mainly used, and it doesn't change the original value. Say for example, if you are having the value 5.95, so if you are formatting number form, changing the format, number format means it doesn't change the value 5.95, it just changes the visualization of the number, the given number content. So for example, so to display a number as a currency, so the user can use the number format currency. So like that. So the user can change the format of the number. There are various formatting options available. So this is the standard number formatting toolbar. So you can see that the first option is the dollars are arranged. So it is mainly for currency. So to display a number in a currency form, after selecting the number, the user can select the currency option. So if you want to display the number in a percentage form, means the second option, the percentage option, can be selected. And the third one is the standard form, that is a commonly used number format. And the fourth one, you can see that adding decimal values. So after the decimal point, the user can add the decimal values whichever needed. Say, normally the values will be rounded to 2 decimal values. So the user can increase the decimal values by clicking the fourth option. And in the fifth one, you can see decrease the decimal value. A small into will be there and the dot 00 will be there. So decrease the decimal value. And these are the most commonly used number formatting options. So in this video, we have seen about editing and formatting the worksheet. So under editing, we have seen how to insert a column, row and a cell, and how to delete a single column and a multiple rows and multiple columns. And we have seen about how to format the text within the cell. So various font style option, font size, and alignment, style, bold, italic, underline. So all these we have seen. And the last one, we have seen about how to format the number, the numeric content. So these are all the topics which we have covered in this video. So in the next part, that is part 5, we will see about working with functions and charts. So how to insert a function and how to insert a chart. Thank you, students.